Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to yet another Z2R Randomizer Season Tournament match. We have Losers Bracket Round 4. Today we have Paratroopa versus Sparkle. Thank you if you joined us earlier a little bit. We just had Mirai versus Animus. That was a great and amazing race. Joining me on commentator now for this next race, we have Elendar. And tracking is the previous participant, Animus. So take it away, Elendar, why I get these runners going.
Hey, everybody. This is exciting. We're going to have another great race. We're coming down to the end of it here in the tournament. The winner of this match will go on to face Trails. The loser is going to be out, unfortunately, as we have just a few players remaining left in the tournament. Both of these runners have beaten some difficult runners to get to this point, but this is going to be the end of it here. I think this is the last game that's best of one. I think this is the last match that's best of one.
Yeah, I think the next one is going to be
for the
best of
rest of them.
three.
Yeah.
So, best of three versus Trails will be a fight for the death. Come on.
Yeah, and then the prize for winning that match is going on to face the loser of the Animus Mirai match.
And we are off. And this is a palace, and this is not vanilla.
Yeah, vanilla shuffle here. Ooh, this is Parappa Cave. This is not Heart Container Cave. Vanilla Shuffle could definitely be super spooky right off of the bat because all of these pass-through caves could go absolutely anywhere. And because so much of Vanilla West is segmented, you really have to just try every single one of them, map out everything you can, or risk missing one little tiny thing that has, a required flute or something.
So tonight we have Belmont versus Sonic in this race.
Yeah, I really love this Sonic sprite that it was made.
I like the Sonic one, but I also like the Belmont, the Godel whip action.
Yeah, the side-scrolling sprite for this Sonic is actually just a masterpiece, but the overworld sprite for Sonic is just hilarious. I love it.
Ooh, and there's a death for Sparkles.
Only so much you could do with a couple of dozen pixels.
Yeah, two amazing runners so far, Para and Sparkles. They've done great in this tournament, knocking out some big names. So can't wait to see which one comes out victorious, and I hope it's a good, close match.
Ooh, it's a Moa in the dark here. Sparkles gets a good line on it, but Para's struggling. Okay, good stun lock in the air for Para, so she's going to be fine coming through the second attempt. Sparkles takes a death now too.
This is not being friendly at all, is it?
Okay.
Ooh, nice 200 P-bag there.
Yep, and Para going for attack makes sense, especially, I guess she doesn't know that it's a hard container yet, but both of them picking it up at the same time. Another 200 for Sparkles, so they're going to be just in line with each other on levels. So this particular route is going to be a little bit sad unless that raft is the pass-through. There's not going to be that many more checks for there's just going to be the two more up to the north here before the rock block. Is that the pass-through raft?
I do not know.
I think it spawned Thunder here, but so that's another potential pass-through.
Interesting.
I think if you come in from the top, it's supposed to send you to the right. I don't. There's some tells to figure out. I think that was was that a Death Mountain holds the flute hint?
If it is, that would be hilarious.
It was Death Mountain holds the flute yet again. Thankfully, both of our runners have gotten that hint, so they will know where it is if it turns out that that's required. Going to be slightly greater than 50-50 odds. The largest section of the map is going to be the sort of south central section, but our runners haven't had access to it yet. Okay, Perry is going to go back down, check out that raft. For people who haven't seen it before, there is one raft. There's one bridge tile that is on the west that, because of how the bottom bridge that's normally just west of where they are is programmed, one and only one of these bridges is a pass-through, and Para is on it.
And those enemies not cooperating one little bit.
Yep, Sparkle's also taken the same route. Oh, and unfortunately, a big old dead end here. Para gonna check for a P bag, and not rewarded.
Just a magic jar.
So that whole section's a dead end until they find either Bagu or Fairy Spell.
Oh, let's go the other direction.
Para finding P-Bag Cave here. Of course, the
enemies really are... so we're without the candle. Runners do these rooms nice enough in the dark. I still struggle horribly with a Triumph.
Yeah, looks like Life Spell is a vanilla 3 bars today.
Oh, that's helpful.
Yeah, definitely. Like, the difference between 3 bars and like 4 or 5 is... It feels pretty minor a lot of the time, but the difference between 3 and 1 is
another
just
heart container.
Huge. Yeah, probably not what our runners are hoping for.
No, but it did help Para get out of here without a death.
Yeah, usually you're at this point they're getting to about halfway done with their exploration on the west, and so far the trackers are fully black.
Is 3 hammer blocks.
Yeah, the hammer is definitely the key to the west. Sometimes you get it right away in some convenient place, and sometimes you're going to hunt around for it, and it's going to be, buried in Death Mountain or something like that, although reduced odds of that this time. Okay, Fairy Cave, another possible thing they can use as a pass-through.
There we saw our first dungeon. I think that was very bright blue.
Okay,
couldn't tell which one off the bat.
Para spots the raft tile, and okay, here's the other side of Saria, so we'll be able to pick up Thunder. But the raft tile was down there, and then also the grass tile is behind one of the pass-throughs.
I'm told it's P4 that was down there, so...
Which one, bot? Which one? Watch, that hint is actually the hint for the third hard container hanging out to the west.
So, our very first item to go on the tracker, Thunder, that's not even going to be castable for a while.
Yeah, definitely.
Ooh, that connector is to Maze Island.
And it connects to another connector. To Vanilla East. Well, probably regular Vanilla East.
Ooh, that's a nice 500 P-Bag pickup, though, by Sparkle.
Yeah, sure beats the Vanilla one up. Para is also going to find this connector. They're more or less taking exactly the same routing. Sparkle's going to start checking Maze Island for items or going back west. Looks like he's not entirely sure. Oof. Some awkward enemies.
62, so you can cast it at Magic too. It just takes everything.
Yeah, and it also does not kill that blue Lizalfos. So Sparkle's given up on the maze with those difficult enemies, going to go back west. Para
I don't blame him. That is a lot to go through.
Yeah, Para's gonna try to make it through. I mean, she's got life spell, but life 3 is just not holding up to those hammers.
And Para said, "Screw it, I'm not going that direction."
Yep, she's got this other direction she can go. Hopefully, a little lower in blue Lizalfos. Are the orange ones the other immunite enemy? Oh no. So it's the mobile Octoroks and the orange Lizalfos are our fire required enemies here.
Interesting. There's the boots for Sparkles.
Okay, those would be very helpful here on Maze Island.
But they sadly are not on Maze Island.
Yeah. If either runner had checked that cave before heading to the island, it would have been nice. But instead, Sparkle's going to continue checking off all the boxes here in the west as Para just gets encounter after encounter with nothing to show for it.
Just evil enemies. There's our first item.
Yeah, and Sparkles.
It is the child.
Sparkles with the boots now gets to skip that really nasty encounter, just walk around it across the river.
And get a different one. This one's a lot easier, the bots.
Yeah, plus Para's made her way to the palace, so if she needs to, she can up-8 a refill on lives.
Oh my god, that's a painful purple.
I didn't catch which palace number that was.
I don't know, it was too quick. I was blinded by the coloring.
Thank you, Animus 3 or 6.
Animus being an amazing tracker and catching things a lot faster than me.
Yeah, when you're playing the seed and you've got your eyes on it ready to go, it's a little bit easier and appreciate Animus.
Ooh, there's another death for Para.
Yeah, she's down to her last life. Thunder also not killing the red Lizalfos either. Wow, they rolled up on health. I'm sure attack 2 is contributing to the pain, but...
Well, there's attack 3, so that might help a bit more on future enemies.
Sparkles.
Where's the second item? Right here.
I was going to say, Para was rapidly running out of places for it to be, and here it is.
I just had to say something. Ooh, it is the glove.
Okay, we're going to file that under worth.
Worth, but painful worth. The amount of time, the amount of death and time it took to get there.
Yeah, thankfully for Para, Sparkles is basically taking the same route and is going to end up last locationing it as well here in the maze.
And here's Para's going to go over and get her boots here, I think. And then roll her eyes because we know everyone loves getting the item they want after they don't need it as much.
Yeah, I mean, the boots could still... well, I was going to say the boots could still be helpful in the East, but the boots are, in fact, hard required in the East. But even beyond the fact that they will definitely be required, having the boots is going to let Para pick up the water tile and also not have to go through that pass-through cave from the northern section of the East to the middle section.
Para's now in the correct dungeon, and the Sparkles did pick up their gloves, so... The 3-6 dungeon is the opposite. Whatever one we don't have here on Maze Island is in the west.
Yeah, one thing worth noting here, though, is we are rapidly running out of things that are in logic as our runners are finishing up the west. We still didn't find our connection to the grass tile. I think Medicine Cave is still outstanding. But there's not going to be that much to get in the east. It's really just going to be Water Tile and Risen Peabag Cave. Or sorry, Sunken Peabag Cave.
So Water Tile, Sunken Peabag Cave, and Nibiru.
Yeah, Nibiru could definitely have Fairy at this point to increase it to give our runners progress because they have picked up the child. That'd be about the cruelest version of this, but both of our runners heading to the east at pretty much the same time. Gonna go check that water tile.
It will have the any key. It's just a guess. Raft.
Okay, that's still progression. Our runners have seen the where the raft tile is in the west, sort of all the way in the southwestern section on the north half of Vanilla Saria location. P1 for Sparkles. Sparkles checking. I think he may have a key. Gonna decide to.
I like that red.
Yeah, gonna decide to. Yeah, I think if this red had like a stronger background, it could be difficult to see stuff. But with a black background, it's a nice look.
Para seeing P1 choosing not to dip in.
Yeah, the difference here may just be the number of keys that we have. I haven't seen where in the drop pool the keys are, but yeah, it looks like Sparkles does have one key, and I suspect Para probably does not.
As Jon Snow is, that guy knows nothing.
Yeah, it is a bit of a gamble doing palaces when you only have one key. Sparkles was gonna try and get this small item, hoping it was a key, but sadly not. But if Sparkles finds Horsehead, it could be a pretty nice pickup to grab it while it's here.
But if you run into two key rooms, you're kind of stuck.
Yep, and Sparkle's hoping that one of these small items is going to be an additional key, but definitely not turning out that way. Go west to find the boots. Thanks.
Thanks. That's stuff we don't need any information on.
We're over 2 on our hints.
Animus is saying P1 is not cooperating.
Yeah, we're probably going to see a fire check here in Sunken Peabag Cave from Para. She's going to take a hit. Oh, I guess if fire is castable at Magic 3, it probably is, but... 77, it is not castable.
Ooh, that is a very expensive fire spell. Sparkle's trying to get their last few hits they need, but are actually taking damage.
Okay, Para finds the hammer in Sunken Peabag Cave. So Para following the thread of the seed, right? Picking up those boots, using the boots to get the hammer, going to use the hammer to get whatever the next part of progression is.
How about a very taunting key? There was a key there, but couldn't access it.
Ooh, Sparkles picking up a fairy when on 0 life.
Graveyard Lady, what do you have for us? They know nothing.
Yep. Could have been a third.
Let's sit in a graveyard behind a boulder and know nothing.
Yep. I don't believe it's possible to have 2 different hints for the heart. I don't remember that without looking it up, but we're kind of running out of useless hints within their knowledge right now. I believe the trolliest next hint would be the advice that the hammer is in the east.
I mean, that would, or where the raft was.
Yeah, I mean, it's important that if you're going to hand out troll hints, right, you need to hand out a hint for a thing directly after the runners find it. Yeah, it's going to be something they already have, but it's also going to be like right after they find it.
Well, look at this Death Mountain.
Yeah, it's a canyon Death Mountain, and
those boots help out a lot there. And here's Spectacle Rock. The flute.
Okay, that's what Para was definitely looking for. I don't know if she'll continue looking for Hammer Cave.
Wait, is this any different than my last seed? Question mark, question mark. Because where was the flute last time?
Yeah, I mean, at least the runners have hints, right? Sparkles is going to be able to find the item here in P1, and given that he's fighting Horsehead,
it's not the boss for Horsehead.
Yeah, this room indicates this is always an item room.
Ooh, that's the
Ooh.
any key. That is big.
That is 100% out of logic for Sparkles.
That is a big power play going in and grabbing that, because now they can just do dungeon. Well, I mean, they will need the other items too, but they're not going to need fairy all the time.
Yeah, I mean, if you're gonna gamble on grabbing the item room instead of the boss room with your one key, magical key is basically the best item you could have possibly hoped for.
And Animus is saying Para did find a hammer cave here.
Yep, Para is almost to the end now. Although at this point we're kind of getting low on
Magic jar.
I was gonna say getting low on possible required items. We still
Well, it's just magic jar. That does make thunder castable, doesn't it? Or fire castable?
It does, which is a pretty big sign. We still haven't
77 was the required amount.
We still haven't seen Mito or Rudo. We know that one of them is rock blocked. We had a sighting of it earlier. So there's possibility that trophy or medicine could be required, but outside of that, Para is has all of the possible progression items. Aside from obviously still not having a way to clear dungeons, but Fairy's going to be somewhere. Oh, what's in the vanilla Rudo location? It's Rudo.
How fitting. I will say Sparkles is spending a fair amount of time here in P1 though. It just seems like it's been a while.
Yeah, it's been a bit difficult for him, but thankfully this boss here is going to finish up his full clear. Meanwhile, Para just making some checks, up and in, making some checks.
Following the logical path where Sparkles took a gamble and it paid off.
Yeah, and in addition to having, I think Mito is just northwest of here. If I recall, there's a rock block town. I might be wrong about that.
You are. I know there's a rock block town somewhere. I've seen it.
Well,
I was laughing about it too. I was like, how the heck do you get a boulder in the way?
Neither of our runners have found the way up to Paratroopa yet. Did we get a raft check from Para? It's possible there was a bridge tile up in. Well, no, I guess you can't have a connection from the west to the west. You would need to go around through a different area first. Oh, and also this is Vanilla East. We don't need a raft check. We know exactly where the raft takes you. And Para's decided that she is not even going to check what the spell is. She's going to get it no matter what. Oh, it's on the wall. Yep. The wall knows nothing. One of a couple pieces of helpful graffiti in the game.
That's helpful, knowing nothing?
Yeah, well, I mean, someone, was trying to be helpful, but unfortunately they don't know anything, so they figured they should write something down anyway, just to make you feel good. Alright, well, see what this spell is here. Oh boy.
Fairy!
It's the logic of the seed is exactly what I thought. Which is, just predicting the cruelest thing that could possibly be.
You do realize who rolled the seed, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's cruel in the sense of it's very chain reaction-y, right? Get item A to get item B to get item C to get item D. Thou must follow the seed in exactly this specific way. But in terms of actual difficulty, right? Para, picking up upstab, fairy spell, all that she still needs is reflect, and I suspect that's not going to be too much longer either, and she will be guaranteed go mode. Although
And
there
was a hammer for Sparkles.
still a 50-50 chance that there is a spell item requirement for that reflect spell, though. Although we haven't seen a fire check yet.
Para queued it up, but did not use it.
This would be a perfect opportunity to check it. Right, Para gonna go through Jump Cave. She's also seen Fairy Cave earlier. She's seen the bottom end of Fairy Cave, but was unable to progress through it. So, a couple of different options for pass-throughs. And she's looking for some way to get up to the Paratroopa area. We know there is a palace up there.
Para could be in go mode if fire is fire? Or is fire? I'm guessing fire.
Fire, yeah, fire is reflect. Para could be in go mode. So, okay, I think that was just a regular Thundercast from Para and not... Okay, the connector led to grass tile. This is still good.
And a heart piece. A heart container.
Yep.
Para is quite healthy.
Yeah. Only on life 3, but 7 bars is pretty safe. As we're probably going to see a trip down to Fairy Cave next. Something's got to lead up to Paratroopa. We know it's not possible to be segmented because we've already got a line in all of the connectors. So,
Enemy's not helping either for the exploring.
okay, there's a fire check. Was that? I think that was shield. Can't remember what.
Ooh, that is a
I can't remember what.
painful.
I can't remember what vanilla palette she was on. She turned green. Nope, not shield. Actually, I think
it has reflect.
I think fire may actually be reflect. Because we didn't see a spell transformation, the enemies didn't die, so it's not thunder. She didn't jump or change colors. Her life is still not full. So I'm pretty sure she has conclusively shown that it is life. Or is reflect, rather. We'll see the way she exits this town, whether she just takes an up A out of here or goes right, would indicate that she is pretty sure that it is reflect. If she goes left and gets the hint, then it's probably a sign that she's not sure. Sparkles is right behind Para. Okay. So Barba slithers with the medicine. Sparkles took a look at that sign and immediately said, nope, I don't even want the hint, which is a strong indicator that Sparkles already has tested fire, because I don't think there's any way that you skip a... I guess Sparkles could just be waiting to get the fairy spell before going in, but... You know, wanting to get down stab and not take a double dip, but... I think Sparkles does already have fire. There's some chance that he just already checked it and I didn't see. Okay, Para does correctly find the pass-through that leads up to Paratroopa, and it will in fact have our last palace and medicine cave, which it pretty much had to have at this point. Yeah, Animus with a good point here. One of the absolute most conclusive way to test whether fire is reflect is against these red Dairas. You can reflect the axes will not reflect the thrown axes won't be reflected, but they will be stopped by your shield if you have cast reflect, where they will just go right through it if you haven't.
That's good information.
Yeah, it could be very, very helpful if you get an early reflect spell and have to go through some of these like low ceiling dark caves with red Dyras. You can just very safely cast reflect and sort of just stab forward. And I believe this is going to be Heart Container Cave up here. Going to be the last of our Western items. Ooh, nice thunder netting about 700 experience points.
Yeah, that was nice and giving us magic for.
Yeah, the magic refill makes it completely free. Sparkle's now picking up his fairy spell. We'll see if he's just going to take an up-A out of here or if he wants to head back and go clear out that palace in Maze Island. Oh, no, sorry, he's going to pick up stab before up-Aing. Very sensible. Okay, well, that's the last of our heart containers.
Yeesh.
They were, in fact, all on the west.
Nice and healthy. Era.
That is the most heart containers on one continent I have ever seen.
Almost getting to the dungeon, and then I got encountered by an enemy, but here we are into the dungeon.
Ooh, P5, probably the roughest one Para could get here. Without the any key, it's a very long palace. She only has one cast of...
She also didn't up an A.
Yeah, it's a little weird. She only has one cast of fairy in this.
Well, we haven't seen fairy at 4.
Oh, that's true.
She got 4 since we saw it.
So possible she could have a second. Okay, well, here's the short way out. Para with the left gamble right off the start and immediately pays off. Now that elevator she took down was in a room that did have a left side exit, so it's possible that there could have been a different way coming from the right that was probably not going to be as quick, but at least, you know, there's some likelihood that this isn't the only required route. But attack 3, a little scary.
Eating their wheat.
Yeah, going to be in the 30 to 35 hits range probably at attack 3. Thankfully, if she does take a game over, the cost to retry is pretty minimal.
Not if you cast Thunder, or... Well, they had Thunder queued up, but I'm like, you don't want to cast that on...
Yeah, I think Paris switched to Life Spell here. I don't know if we probably have seen... Oh!
That is... Oh, wow. Taking over half health on Life.
Yeah,
with all heart containers.
Life Spell is 4 bars of recovery this time, though, so... Or at least it looked like 4 bars.
We might be here for a few minutes on this pair. Or on this Guma.
Yeah, para reverting to just safe strats, go in, get a stab, get out, get a stab, get out. It's a little spooky if Guma decides to walk backwards as you're coming in, but meanwhile Sparkles has taken a dip into this 3 or 6.
Haven't seen a window yet, so can't. Oh, 4. This is the 4.
This is 4? Okay, apparently I'm bad at spotting pillars.
Let's take... we trust our Animus, who's our great track. Wait, this is 4 without Reflect, unless Reflect is indeed fire.
Yeah, I think it's pretty likely Sparkles has tested it at this point and knows that fire is Reflect. And it is castable. Was fire castable? We know that fire became castable for Para because she picked up that 5th magic container. Sparkles does not have it.
It's 77 at magic for it.
Yeah, I know it was
Oh, wait,
77.
that was a magic.
That was at 3. We don't know if it's castable at 4. Looks like, okay, yeah, it is in fact much cheaper.
And that's a quick early Karok, too.
Yeah, Palace is not putting up a fight today aside from that P1.
And that is Guma down. So I'm guessing Para has a key. No, Para does not have a key and cannot cast Fairy.
Yeah, and I don't think she has another life, so she needs to up A. Gonna cost her about a minute, pretty short walk back, but... Ooh. And Sparkle's not gonna get a level from the kill on Karok there. Karok did roll up on experience, but our boss kill is a mere 50 points.
And just like that, Para's right back in Guma's room.
Yeah, Sparkle's doing a...
Sparkles does that. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was saying Sparkle's doing a raft check there, but a little slow on the uptake like I was earlier, not realizing, oh wait, it's Vanilla East. It goes there. Yeah,
so Para is one dungeon down, but it looks to be in go mode. Both the runners look to be in go mode.
Does Sparkles?
Oh no,
Sparkles has not.
Does not have the flute.
Yeah, Sparkles knows that the flute is in DM, but he hasn't yet gone there. And between that flute and Para's exploration advantage here on the west, I wouldn't be surprised if Para's actually in the lead right now. But either way, it's very close still.
Well, and as quick as P4 was there.
Sparkles definitely has an opportunity to make up some time, but also, what's the odds Sparkles goes right in P5, and how painful is it going to be if he does?
Right? No pun intended.
Alright. Para taking the raft, not for exploration purposes, but to get a slightly faster route down to our old friend the River Devil, doing his job this time.
Krista would be so proud. Her little boy is growing, or is getting all grown up. Blocking paths and stuff.
Sparkles picks up his useless trophy.
Yeah, Para did have a useless trophy earlier. We haven't needed to turn it in.
Yep. Not completely useless. You can get a spell. I don't think either our runners bothered to check what it was. Or if they did bother to check what it was, neither of them have marked it on their tracker.
It's shield per animus.
Yeah. At a certain point, once you have the 3 required spells, a lot of runners will just not bother to mark what the spell is on their tracker because who cares?
Okay, back into this other one, P3 or P6.
Yeah, especially with our runners already having the life spell. And okay, Sparkles thought about going left, but is instead going right. And we'll...
this is P5, sorry.
Yeah, we'll see how much this puts Sparkles behind. Again, we did see that there was another entrance to that room with an elevator that did lead to the boss, so we know there probably is some other way. Oh, thank God. Immediate dead ends for Sparkles. So... not going to be a huge time loss. He's just going to be able to go left. It's only going to cost him about a minute to have checked this path. But there's definitely the possibility if, the boss is a quick left from the start that you spend 5-10 minutes digging around P5 and it's all completely useless. So the race remains close. And we'll see.
And there's Guma already for Sparkles.
Yes, Sparkles with the magical key here is going to have a little bit of an advantage in that he'll definitely be able to cast life all the way down to no magic, although he only has 1 cast of life. and only 6 hearts instead of 8. But he does have life 6. I think he can live through 2 more hits.
I don't know yet. I haven't seen him take one hit yet, so.
Yeah, he did take a hit, but cast a life and recovered it. Oh,
Ooh, yeah.
He
can't
cannot
take
take
2 hit.
2. Yeah, so despite having
Oh, there's the death.
Despite having a life levels advantage over Para when she was here, Para having that extra cast of life plus the 2 additional bars is going to mean that it's actually a little bit safer for Para. Although both of them coming in here on attack 3 is just, it's rough. It's a difficult fight.
There's another death for Sparkle.
Yeah, 7 magic containers is the requirement here in New Kasuto, though, again, who cares?
Ooh, and that's a smack right off the bat. Well, we got Spell.
Yeah, I'm a little bit surprised Para is even in here checking these locations.
Guma definitely ate their Wheaties today.
Yeah, the only thing that could be...
Oh, and that's game over for Sparkle.
Yeah.
We didn't know where it is, but that's still a game.
Yeah, the only thing Para could possibly need is if she doesn't realize that fire is reflect, she could be looking for that medicine. But she did grab the hint for the medicine. So she would know where it is. I didn't remember exactly where it was, but I think it was in one of the palaces.
Okay. Attempts number 2 for Sparkle.
Yeah. I mean, Para doesn't have the any keys, so she could be hoping to pick that up. She is still a little shaky on the magic situation at only level 4 and 5 bars. It is enough to, I believe, enough to cast Fairy twice. But having some more could be helpful for giving you that life safety.
No, keys are not in this drop pool.
Well,
lives are.
Yeah, I know Sparkle's got a key early that he used to do P1 that Para didn't have. I do not remember whether that was from an overworld tile or that was from just a very rare drop in the drop pool that we haven't seen. As Para picks up.
Okay, so Sparkles is causing me anxiety right now.
Yeah, Para gonna work her way over.
There's another death.
Yeah, I mean, This
Guma is not helping.
Low attack Guma is very difficult. I believe the record for most deaths to Guma in a Turd race is still held by me at 8. But
well, at this going Ray, no. Come on, Sparkles, don't beat Elendar's record.
Yeah, it's not a thing you want. And it's one of those things that you ordinarily, if 5 was in like a readily accessible spot, and you see 5 and you're still on attack 3 and it's still early, you're like, okay, I'll come back here later, right? I'll make this one of my later dungeons that I'm routing in. But when you had to go through a pass through and then another cave and you had to go around,
like I don't want to.
Right, you're already here. You don't want to leave and come back, but you know, if it takes, like, say, 2.5 minutes to come back, it's probably a decent estimate. How much time has Sparkles already lost here on Guma?
Fair bit, like 5-7 minutes, I'd say.
Yeah. Looks like he's got a good...
And Para picked up Jump, and just got a key.
Yeah, looks like he's got a good strat here, good timing, getting consistent hits, playing it safe.
Yeah, he can only take 2 hits. The third hit is the one that's been KOing him, but he's been playing exceedingly safe.
Yep. And losing the pattern a little bit there, but right down near the end. All right, he's back in the pattern.
And there's the kill finally.
All right, Para in the item room here, but doesn't have enough magic, and she's gonna take a death. Thankfully, it's gonna be a quick death to these double blue iron knuckles.
Maybe they're not killing her quite fast enough.
Yeah, well, 8 bars of life. Okay, that 6th magic container Para picked up did put her into Casts of Fairy range.
And here's the cross.
Yeah, unfortunately, all the good items are accounted for, so any remaining items that our runners pick up are going to be junk.
And
Think
if you
about
don't mind, I will be right back. I have to make a round around the house with the...
Yep. Just a reminder to everyone who's watching, if you're in the path of the hurricane, be safe and take care of yourself. As Sparkle's deciding to do the second half of the west exploration and going to pick up the first of the 2 hard containers he's going to be finding. Meanwhile, Para gets a relatively quick 4, and as we suspected, she did confirm that fire is reflect and going to take down Karak. I was going to say fairly quickly, but of course, as soon as I go to say that...
Karak is not cooperating.
Yep.
I amazingly don't have any water in the house yet, so we're good.
Hey, it's always good news.
I mean, I wish I could kind of turn on my mic so you guys could hear this wonderful wind and rain beating my house up.
Yeah, unfortunately, Para, the lack of any key is going to cost her once again. She's going to have to find an enemy to take a death on. No, don't kill the enemy. What is she doing?
Oh, there's an easy way to take it out.
Yeah, but it looks like she wants to... Okay, looks like she was...
There's the death.
She was thinking about if there was a P-bag on that bridge, she could try to gain enough experience to just get a magic level. Since she is a little short on experience, given the number of palaces that she's cleared. So, having an extra level would have been nice, but... So I can't remember if this is attack 4 or life 6 for her. I'm for her sake, I hope it's attack 4.
Life
no. Life 6, big sad for Para.
Sparkles does have the level bonus here. Or the level advantage.
Yep. And
okay, we're gonna head over to the other east side.
yeah, meanwhile, Sparkles, I think, looking for... Okay, just gonna... I thought Sparkles might have been making the DM play, but Sparkles just gonna do...
Ooh, Parrot, go into the item room. Go into the item room.
Yeah.
You'll thank me later.
Yeah, I mean, if she checked the item in 4, I think it's pretty likely if she sees the item room here, she's gonna pick up that item as well.
I think it's a little bit out of the way compared to normal horse head, but I think it would save you a lot of time and frustration later in the...
Yeah.
I don't think it was that far away.
Yeah, no, I think it was... I think the any key was actually on just the standard route. Like, you go down here and then go to the bottom and then go right. I think takes you to the any key. Oh, but Para going left. Her
getting a nice peep.
Yeah, her desire...
That's a quick barba.
Man, Para's desire to do left gambles is paying off in terms of finding bosses quick, but unfortunately they cost her the any key.
Well, that was a very quick barba or P6 for Spark.
Oh no, Para accidentally casting Fairy. Gonna have to reset this room.
Not able to 3-cast Fairy at the moment.
Yep.
Maybe on Magic Fire.
Oh no!
Has to reset the room again.
Yeah, I mean, getting heads in this room can be difficult.
And that is Barba down. That is 4 dungeons down for Sparkle.
She's just going to abandon that path and go right instead.
I don't know if that is the right way. That is correct, though.
Yeah, I think if she goes straight right here, it's going to take her to the any key. I think this is the path with the any key, although she's going to...
Oh.
Quick little lava bath on the way. Oh, and it's a game over.
That was trolly.
Oof. As rough as this one was for Sparkle's full clearing, and Para's having an even more difficult time. So Sparkle's finally finding the time to go back and pick up downstab here. So we had said before that, Para's advantage was the extra exploration she had done and having already gone and picked up the flute. But a lot of that exploration advantage has kind of gone away here as Para's taken a little bit more time than Sparkles to clear these palaces, and Sparkles has been able to finish exploring out everything in the west.
Yeah, that Anarchy has paid off.
Big question is going to be, how long does it take Sparkles, when he finally does make his way around to Death Mountain, to find that flute? It was not a very long trip for Para.
And there's a lava bath for Para. This mini Goomba is not cooperating.
Yeah, Para just saying,
Para's like,
forget it, I'm going to cast Thunder, and going to make it a lot easier.
I'm getting sat on by my cat. And that is another death.
This room is just extremely rude. Okay. Yep, Para gonna go even safer. Gonna stop, kill the Rawhead, eliminate as many sources of interference as possible.
In attack 3, things are not dying very well.
Oh. Kind of an interesting strat there. Parrot making a whole bunch of jumps where she just directly jumps into the head so she can damage boost in a controllable direction. And unfortunately, this whole route is just a dead end.
Yeah, but if that fairy has to be, just feels good.
Yeah, it feels good, except for the fact that probably the right play for Parry here is to up A.
Then you have to go, but you have to go through that room again.
Well, no, this whole route with that room is just a dead end.
I then I'm being completely turned around in P1.
Yeah, unfortunately, I think the right way for Para to go was, I think it was that left route that she turned around in. She did pick up a couple keys on that route, so even if she doesn't end up finding the magical key, just having some regular old key is going to help out a bit. And yeah, as long as we thought this P1 was long for Sparkles, and Para's just really not having a time of it. But okay, so she's gonna go right here, and this right is gonna take her to. This right is gonna take her
Helmet
to.
Head item.
I think this right takes her to the magical key, and I think the left out of here, where she turned around, is oh yes, sorry. Here is a horse head.
We are where we. Yeah, horse head item. And there is the boss also for Sparkle. So we have Rebo. Well, we'll have hopefully Rebo down.
Yeah, these walls are
Oh,
here.
except for Sparkles take a death. He has 2 more lives, but still, that's another death on another boss.
Yeah. Okay, Para does pick up that magical key. Probably still worth the time, even though she's a bit more behind on palaces than Sparkles is, especially now, man. While Para's been struggling in this P1, Sparkles has just had some very, very quick palaces.
But that could mean if Para does choose the right way, that might be some quick dungeons for Para to easily.
Where's Sparkles going? Was that the boss room? Was that not the boss room?
Oh, no, that might have been mini boss.
Which I didn't. I guess didn't catch which palace this pink one is.
Oh, he said.
Okay.
Animus says we want more experience.
Yeah, I don't know. Picking up attack 5 is going to be a big deal, but I think unless the next 2 levels are Magic 6 and Life 7, which is very low likelihood, you're going to get attack 5 by the time you go into GP anyway. And this path is costing Sparkles quite a bit of time, man. Orange Iron Knuckles, but only 20 points. P-Bag at least gives him 50. Oh, and the attack was the next level anyway. I'm very confused about this. I mean, Sparkles, may want more levels for more safety, but I think at this point, most of our runners are pretty comfortable doing GP at, about 5, 5, 6 or so. I guess one thing that I hadn't considered is since Sparkles is further behind on levels, I didn't actually check if Thunder was castable at Magic 5 bars.
Yes, she has cast it before.
Well, we've seen Para casting it, but I don't think we've seen Sparkles cast it yet. But it's sort of a moot point at this point because Sparkles is going to get either a Magic or a Life level here, and then get the other one upon clearing the last palace, so it'll be totally fine. Yeah, this is going to be Magic 6 anyway, so... Okay, yeah, 62
and it's 62, though. That's still expensive.
Yeah. I mean,
Thunder's always going to be expensive.
I don't think Thunder really goes down too much in cost towards the later levels. It still tends to
No, you just in Rando, you can get lucky and get Fire attached to the Thunder and have it for single digit.
If you get Fire Thunder is one of those things that completely warps the seat around it. Like, all of a sudden, magic levels become substantially better than attack in a lot of situations. Combat just sort of becomes let me cast fire until everything's dead. This was pretty jetty, Trails. The early.
You can't tell, I was trying to get through this so I can have more fun with the hurricane.
Yeah,
with me rolling a jet.
The early part of the seed was very chain reaction-y. You needed to get one item to get the next item, to get the next item, to get the next item. And early on, it seemed like Sparkles had a 1 palace advantage, having cleared out Palace 1 early. But Para had picked up the flute and had some exploration advantage. But Para's had really rough...
Or Sparkles did luck out too, because he did get the any key out of logic. And that has paid off drastically with Para having to use Fairy for some luck.
Yeah, the big difference, though, has been Para just was stuck on attack 3 for a really long time. It was just have a really rough time of some of these palaces. And Sparkles has gotten quite a lot of advantage as he is going to be closing out getting his getting his words are very difficult. Flute in just a bit here so that he can access the southern end of the east, although he is not. This is not the right place. I think it was in the northeast. Sparkles is just going to check pretty much every location.
In the meantime, Para is finishing up P3 here.
I know this is the pass-through version of this room.
Oh yeah, I don't see the curtain. Sorry, my bad.
Although, if I remember right, most of these palaces that both Palace 3 and Palace 6 that Sparkles is clear that Para hasn't were very short. Especially 6.
Yeah, Barbara was nice and early.
The danger is that Para has been doing a lot of left gambles in these palaces, and we know that the go right 2 rooms and you're there is the correct solution. So if Para does take a left gamble, she could accidentally turn one of these very short palaces into a much longer one.
That any key immediately paying off to saving so much money.
Sparkle's setting up for some fairy feet across the Wilsons. Misses the first one and decides to just forget it and walk across normally.
So who does the winner of this match play? Trails?
Yes, the winner of this match plays Trails in the next round.
Here is the correct Rebo.
Yeah, Trails already ready in chat to take on either of these 2 runners.
You hoping to get through to winner's bracket to get revenge on Mirai? Or possibly loser's bracket finals to get revenge on Mirai?
Yep. Revenge against Mirai still in the cards for Trails, but first he's going to have to make it through one of these 2 runners. It's still looking like Sparkles so far, but Para's not so far behind that she couldn't catch up. Especially since we know her next stop is going to be 6, and it's a very quick one. Not quite enough magic for Sparkles. Going to have to make another attempt to cross the bridge. Gonna try Fairy Feet again. Doesn't
Sparkles
quite...
is a guy, Paratrooper. Sparkles is a guy, Paratrooper is her. They did choose their pronouns attached to their race profiles.
Yep, apologies if I made an error.
I've butchered pronouns before, so I apologize too if I ever did. By the way, you want to know something funny? Happy 1 hour mark. 2 minutes late.
Okay, so Sparkles entering his last palace, Para entering P6. We know that this P6 is a... we know that this P6 is a quick one. Again, assuming that Para does the, standard just go right strats.
Here, I'm gonna do another fun magic trick. Give me a few seconds for it to go.
But it looks like P2 also completely free.
Hello, Raiders! Welcome from your Zelda 2 All Keys tournament match. You are joining us for a Zelda 2 randomizer match between Sparkles and Paratrooper. It's actually fairly close. It's a nice, good match.
Yep. Para is about 1 palace behind, but we know that the last palace she has yet to clear is a very, very short P2. So, Sparkle's probably going to have, I'm going to guess, in the neighborhood of 3 or 4 minutes lead by the time he gets into GP. But that's definitely a recoverable amount. Sparkle's struggling a bit with the fairy feet today. See if he can get it. He's trying to set it up.
And that is Barba down. Yeah, we have a quick P2 though by Para. GP is a well-known equalizer.
Yeah, and especially since Para's been making all of these left gambles, we'll see if Sparkles goes in with sort of standard routing and Para continues to gamble on the lefts. That could determine the race right there.
While we have a moment of downtime, and we didn't do it at the 1 hour mark, let's give a shout out to these two amazing runners. Sparkles, Para, Losers Bracket Round 4 match has been great. We have the ever so amazing Animus United, who raced earlier, but it was willing to help us track after this race. And then joining me on this comm is Elendar! Woohoo!
Yeah.
I've had too much caffeine, haven't I?
It's okay. I'm just glad I have all this time to commentary on account of having lost very quickly in the tournament.
Well, it probably couldn't be any quicker than I do. I didn't get the bots updated just because we went straight from the Animus Mariah match to this one, like within 10 minutes.
Yeah, Para hasn't been doing fairy feet. Sparkles have been attempting fairy feet to mixed success sometimes. I would say between the two, probably not a significant speed advantage either way. Sparkles has made a few of them, but he's also lost a little bit of time to a couple places where he failed a couple times and then just said, forget it, and walked the normal way.
Yeah, if this is a quick P2, get into GP, have fun beating the crap out of beating the crap out of yourself, trying to find team.
Yeah, I think the best way to describe Sparkle's advantage right now is he's got about a 1 game over lead.
1 game over lead. And at the 1 hour, 6 minutes, and 36 second mark, Sparkles enters GP.
Yep, and Para taking this elevator and going to be right on his heels.
Oh yeah, that was a very quick path to Helmet Head.
Yeah, blink and you miss it. P5 making quick work of Helmet Head. And Sparkles so far taken standard. I didn't see if there was a fork yet, but Sparkle.
There's not been a fork yet.
Yeah, so Sparkle just going right, and man, this background does not agree with.
That's painful to watch.
It's something, either the capture card or the stream or something has turned it into a very difficult pattern.
Well, we were hoping for a race, and guess what? We got a race.
Ooh, early Thunderbird.
That means a lot of GP could be behind it.
Yeah,
it's gonna be behind.
Early Thunderbird turns GP into a big gamble because Dark Link could be anywhere. Of course, first Sparkles has to take down Thunderbird. 5, 6, 7. Pretty comfortable levels, but it's going to take some time.
I mean, we have Para that's going to be coming in at the same levels, too. So.
Yep. Yeah, Sparkles did have an early XP advantage, but it's pretty much all evaporated at this point.
No, Para didn't have the dungeons yet.
Yeah. Well, even then, Para went into the dungeons on Attack 3, where Sparkles had done a number of them on Attack 4 with an early attack upgrade, but Para got a couple
I will say that Guma fight on 3. Whew.
Yeah, Guma was rough for both of our runners, but Para definitely had a cleaner kill than Sparkles did, although Para had to take a game over to be able to ferry through the door, so, in aggregate, probably a little bit of a time save still for Para, but...
And pepper only works if you say pup time. Okay, we have a split.
Right, Sparkle's going up. First Bluebird Knight of the Seed. Oh!
Take some with.
Para setting up an encounter skip, not feeling comfortable with the fairy feats. Life spell? Okay. Oh no!
Oh!
The Bluebird
has that fairy
another life. All right, here's a drop. I don't think we've seen a drop exit yet, so this can really go anywhere.
And at the 1 hour, 9 minute, and 51 second mark, we have Para entering. So a difference of about 3 minutes and about 15 seconds. 25 seconds.
Yeah, and pretty much where I mentioned it before, Sparkles has about a 1 game over lead. If he... Oh, the elevator despawn! Oh no!
Oh shit!
If you kill the king bot in that room, it despawns the elevator, and a good portion of the time, it's gonna do what it did and send you out of bounds.
And kicks you out of the... Uh-oh. Sparkles is struggling, is having it.
Yeah, I think you have to up A here to get the elevator to respawn.
Meanwhile, we'll watch Para take
Okay.
Take on T-Bird.
Yeah, so that room is pretty notorious. When you kill Kingbots, it despawns almost everything in the room, and elevators are unfortunately included. It's just a unfortunate consequence of the way the vanilla ROM works. And it costs Sparkles...
Z2 is a perfectly coded game, don't you?
Oh yeah, Z2 is a perfect game with no bugs whatsoever. But that's going to cost him pretty much all of his lead.
Yeah, we have a much even closer now, right?
Assuming Para can finish up this T-Bird cleanly.
Couple more hits, about 5 more.
Yeah, Para had a little bit of issue, but gets the pattern back on track.
And that is T-Bird down. So both our runners now have all the bosses down. Gotta find the correct path. And long time no see, Victor. Victor, our well-known piano player. Our piano boss, or piano Z2 player.
All right, Para looking at the up, but Para's going to go straight right here instead of the upward route. So this is going to lead us to new directions immediately. And oof!
Oh, that is an evil room.
Yeah, Para takes one look at that room and is like, on second thought, I think I shall take the other route.
Well, and the funny part is Sparkles now sees that other room, or sees that room.
Yeah, but will Para also make the same mistake? Some expert beam dodging. Sparkles, meanwhile, doesn't want to go back to that other route and is going to fight his way through these waffles. So we've got a divergence.
Oh, Para not taking the drop.
Para maybe not realizing that this drop is mandatory.
Don't touch the Kingbot. Don't touch the Kingbot.
Para, no, you can't go right there. Going right there similarly takes you to an undefined room transition.
Perfectly coded game, right?
Yeah. Okay. Oh no! Oh no! Will she see it? She can still save it by resetting the room. Nope. You're out of here.
You're gonna have to up an A too. Yeah, there we go. She up an A. So, Sparkles gets their lead back a little bit.
Yeah, and Sparkle's finding a loop, gonna go left here at this ferry, and this is the right route. So Para having had that error, unfortunately. Oh no! Here's Darklink.
Okay, people, get your GGs in chat. Get ready. 8 attacks, and we will have a winner.
Para got into the lead and then made the same mistake Sparkles did and lost it. What a close race.
Much for a while there, it looked like it wasn't going to be as close, but Para did a good job coming back.
Sparkle's having a little bit of difficulty with Darklink. But he's got so much life. He's got enough magic to cast life if he needs it. It's going to be just one more hit, and get your GGs in chat for Sparkles.
At the time of 1 hour, 14 minutes, and 48 seconds, Sparkles takes down Darklink and takes the match. I will see if Sparkles or Para wants to come in for an interview. Attack levels do not matter against Darklink. It is always 8 damage you have to, or 8 hits you have to. Yeah, that was a pretty easy, nice, for the most part, nice GP. You just despawn the elevator again. And Para just realized.
Yeah, let's see if she... Yeah, okay. Just going back in. Hopefully it does not kill the Kingbot this time. Just take it on the chin, walk on by.
The Kingbot was the true boss on the...
Yeah, and this is going to put
GG
Para...
Sparkle.
Thank you very much.
This is going to put Para into the room that she needs to be, and she'll be at Darklink very shortly. What a seed!
How did I despawn that elevator? Did I do something?
So it is a bug with that type of room. If you damage Kingbot, it will despawn the elevator. It despawns all the enemies in that room, or all of the things in that room, including the elevator.
Yeah,
I did not know. I'll have to keep that in mind. I did not know that.
You were about 3.5 minutes ahead coming into GP. But when you despawned that elevator, it put Para into the lead by maybe about 30 seconds to a minute. But unfortunately, Para made the same mistake.
Okay,
and you know what? I realized that I think it led to the 2 rooms before Darklink, that 4-way with the ferry. I think that was the up elevator that ended up right there. So it was a it's a setback.
Yeah, when Para did come back in and finally did kill Darklink, she did in fact end up going just back to the Kingbot room and taking that elevator without despawning it.
GG Para.
GG. I didn't know about...
Let me clarify one thing. That glitch happened to both of y'all.
I know, but if I'd known about it, that's gonna...
Such a close race, though.
Yeah, it was a really close race. GG.
Yeah, so clarification with that, what happens is if you damage the Kingbot, it will remove everything in that room, including the...
Is that the only room that happens in?
There's certain ones, I think, with Kingbots, right? Our known expert, Trails / and Animus could probably tell me better, or Ellen.
Yeah, I didn't know about that. I didn't know how that worked, and I didn't know that was an elevator room either, so it's just I don't know what to do here. I guess I'll just drop down. I didn't know what to do, so I just did that, and that put me out of the palace, and if I had known that was an elevator room and had not stabbed the Kingbot, I would have gone right to Darklink. That would have been it.
Yeah, that room specifically is the only room that does that thing.
Jeez, that sucks.
So the true boss of the game was Kingbot.
Yeah, I guess so. Well, that's how it goes.
So Para, what's your thoughts on this seed?
This is an alright seed. I probably shouldn't have fought Barb at 344, but it worked out somehow. So that could have been the race right there.
We also watched you both fight Barba at 3. You were a little bit better because you had 8 health jars. Sparkles couldn't take 2 hits or he would die. He could take a total of 3 because he could only cast life.
Okay. Yeah, I wonder which heart container that hint about going west to find the heart was about, because it could have been about 4 different hearts, because they were all in the west. Which is, I've never seen that before. That's a new one. There's 6 spots in the west and 4 of them are heart containers.
Well, I like rolling very unique seeds. What can I say?
Yeah, it was a pretty unique one. It was all vanilla. I don't know, it went pretty smoothly. I actually thought I was going to win that race. So I felt like getting any key out of 1 before doing 2 and 3 ended up being really, really big. Not 2, 3 and 4. No, 3. Yeah, 3 and 4. I did 1 before. No, wait, no, I didn't do 4. No, just 3 then. No, 2 did have some key.
You had it
blocks,
before
though,
2 and 3.
Yeah, I was just trying to remember which dungeons had the most keys, and 2 actually did require a couple, even though it was short. But 3 required a lot of keys, so that was big.
Yeah, Sparkles actually went and got the any key out of logic. First dip.
Yeah, that was a big gamble.
That's lucked.
Oh, jeez.
I
Yeah,
had
I
one
thought I was
key
gonna...
and figured I dived P1. It would turn out to be the longest P1 I've ever been in.
Oh, that P1 was a mess. So many of those rooms that are just like a pain.
And you had 2 different dungeons that had a mini boss in it. P1 and P3 both had mini bosses. So one was
and they were duplicate mini bosses too. Because P1 had a horse head and P3 had a Reba neck.
I would have been a little bit faster, but I forgot that I got the hint for the flute, and at some point realized I needed the flute for progression, and I dug P3 before I remembered I got the hint telling me it was in Death Mountain.
Yeah, we were wondering. You kept on running around like you were looking for it and couldn't remember. You were checking all caves.
Interesting.
Yeah, I forgot I got that hint. I was like, oh wait, I found my tracker.
I don't think I saw that hint. Where was it?
It was nice and early. I know that much.
Could have been in Rudo because I never went there.
Alandar, do you remember?
I don't, unfortunately.
Maybe I just got it and I forgot about it because I just went to Death Mountain and I found both items like immediately. That was
I think you both got it basically right at the start.
Maybe I did. I might have, and I just forgot about it because it was so quickly in Death Mountain that I found it. I didn't even really have time to think about, oh, this is where the flute is, I should check it out. Like, I was just going to check it out anyway because Spec Rock. And that's where the flute was.
I was getting nervous because I couldn't find the flute. I was like, where is this? Wow. Look at my tracker going, what's left? Grass tile, which I have no idea how to get to the grass tile.
You had to go through Jump Cave, which I did, and that ended up losing time, unfortunately. Although maybe not, because I might have needed it to be Barba. But yeah, I don't know. My routing was pretty good. Like, I just ended up falling right into items and going into the next location like quickly. So I'm not really sure where I lost the most time. P1 lost me some time. I did lose some time I went to the South Overworld twice. I probably shouldn't have. But after the Barba fight, I felt I had a lot of nerves. So I was like, I want to go to the South Overworld, check out the items there before I do anything else. I also didn't check fire as early as I should have, because I didn't realize it was Reflect. I didn't go looking for the medicine yet, but I spent too long in the seed not knowing that medicine was not required. I could have saved a little bit of time if I had known that, but I don't think it really mattered too much. I just shouldn't have gone to the South Overworld, because that got me nothing when I went down there the first time.
We were wondering how long it took you to realize that fire was Reflect.
Yeah, I eventually realized it before I lost too much time on it, so that's good at least. But I wouldn't have needed to go into Mito for the hint and stuff, so it's all right. I don't think I lost too much time on that. And I mean, I ran this race pretty well, I think. I just lost a lot of time in P1 because I died in those rooms a lot. I had a game over where I thought I had reset for lives, but I hadn't. So that was a big mistake on my part. That probably lost me a couple minutes right there. But I ended up
a
pretty close.
Leveling. I missed like two easy levels that I just wasn't paying attention. And that came back to bite me when I fought Guma at Attack 3, which was no fun.
Yeah, I just had bad leveling in general. Geez, I also had a bad Barba fight, actually. I did a couple of good jackhammers, but then I got nervous and I took it way too slow. So I probably... Man, I'm just going to think about all the places where I lost like a minute of time in this race, because it's such a close one.
Any final questions or thoughts for them, Elidor?
Just to say that you both did great. It's sad to see you out of the tournament, Para, and good luck. Good luck with Trails Sparkles.
Yeah, good luck, Sparkles. It's
gonna be a good time.
Yeah, Sparkles gets to take on the good old Trails in the next round.
I'm a little bit
bummed
for
commentating,
because
thanks for tracking.
I was really having a lot of fun with Z2. I'm excited to come back to it someday. But I feel like I was really starting to improve through this tournament. So I had a lot of fun. Thank you.
Well, we have our weekly races, so feel free to join us on those. They're Tuesdays at 10 p.m. But we will send it out from here. Thank you very much for an amazing race. Paratroopa and Sparkles. Thank you again, Elendar, for joining me on co-commentary, and thank you, Animus United, who was our tracker. So we had a back-to-back Z2R night in the tournaments. Coming up tomorrow, we only look like we have 2 races set up. We have one major one, I will say. We have Cross Keys tournament for Link to the Past. And that is at 7:20 in the morning. So if you're an early riser, feel free to join us there. If you're looking for some more Z2R action, we have the winners finals game 3 match between Mariah and Animus. That is the best of one now because both runners took a win. And the winner of this will have a nice little breather until the finals. Otherwise, we have a little bit more of a breather until... Sparkles and Trails figure out when they're going to race. So thank you very much for joining us, and everyone have a good night. And if you're in the hurricane path, stay